So there I was, second grade, staring out the window. And I just wanted to be outside. I didn't want to be in the classroom. And there I was staring out the window. Well, my progress reports by the teacher, they informed my parents that I was a dreamer. Daydreaming. Daydreaming, people. I didn't even understand what that meant. And then my parents discussed it with me. They said, well, you're looking out the window too much. That's what your teacher says. So here I am, I don't know how many years later. And I like that. I like that I was a dreamer because I already knew intuitively that there was something more than a classroom. Something more than just simply obeying what you're told by some teacher, by some school. I already knew that there had to be something outside of that window, something out there in the real world. So it's like I already had this intuitive sense of indoctrination, what was happening to me, because my mind drifted, you know. But I was still paying attention, but sometimes I wasn't. That was the daydreaming part. Maybe I didn't feel like I needed to pay that much attention, but let me just tell you that many people, professionals, doctors, lawyers, it doesn't matter, they quit their profession and they just start maybe a bicycle shop that they've always wanted, or a rock climbing school, or a martial arts dojo. But they literally give up six-figure incomes and, you know, to do what they've always wanted to do. And people just are all perplexed, like, why did you do that? They might travel all the way to India to become a yogi and just live with the poor people over there. It's just what they wanted to do. So, what do you do in this life? Do you play it safe? I'm not a gambler, by the way. Do you play it safe, or do you listen to your heart and chase after your dreams? You know, my ultimate dream has already been fulfilled, and that's finding my soulmate. There's a big check right there. And a lot of people out there have not checked that box yet. That's fine. There's nothing against that. You know, to each their own. It takes however long it takes. But as long as you end up checking that box, because you can ignore it all you want. You can pretend like you're happy. Until one day you finally realize, where have all these years gone? You know, it's like renting an apartment and you never own a home. Well, you'll never know what it feels like, right? Until you make the investment. And I understand people, the majority, can't make that investment anyways. But let's move on. We got Vegas VIP in the chat. Let's see, he had a nightmare, it seems. Had a nightmare I was on a quad bike going up a massive incline mountain. Man, quad bikes are dangerous. Then I found myself surrounded by a pack of mountain lions. Jeez, that's scary. Oddly enough, it was an edifying dream, but at the same time a nightmare. I don't. That's a nightmare for me, Vegas. All right, let's get back to this stream. That's. Thank you for sharing that, by the way. Oh man. So absolutely. You know, after 4 years of college, you know, fast forwarding in my life, we're no longer talking about second grade here. After the army, as well, this is my new dream: helping people. And of course I'm going to have skeptics and sarcastic people and doubters. You know, they hesitate to buy my book and watch my movie. I'm not here to force people to do anything. I'm simply saying, hey, take my hand, trust me, right? What do you have to lose? Either you find out what I'm all about, as many people have already. They either bought my book or watched the movie. Or you don't. And maybe being a part of the show and supporting this show, you know, and also on other social media platforms soon, hopefully, maybe that's enough for you, and it's enough for me. So nobody's being forced to do anything here, but just know that there's a great level of wisdom in that book. I poured my heart and soul in it, and also that movie is for the fast food version, for those of you who don't have time to read books or don't like reading books. But just know that I've had some people that they hate reading books, and they read my book and they couldn't put it down. Just know that. I get that so many times. Even with myself, I can't put my own dang book down. But, you know, that's to each their own, right? So let's get back to the stream here, dreaming, because it is part of my dream, what I've done, what I've accomplished. You know, I'm a small business. And the reason I chose this model is because it's online. You know, my sales are online. I don't need a brick and mortar store to get taxed like crazy. I mean, everybody's going to get taxed anyways. But think about it. The government can't close me down. It's online. Unless they shut down online, which I don't think is ever going to happen. There's too much depends online. So you're supporting a dream, my dream, right? Remember, my most important dream has already been fulfilled, my soulmate. This is the second dream that I have, which is professionally speaking. I do want to get noticed because that way I can help more people, especially people who really need it. And they don't want to pay a psychologist thousands of dollars. They don't want to pay a therapist or a family counselor, marriage counselor, or, you know, just all these professions, thousands of dollars. I'm right here for you for free, right here, right now. Try me, test me, you know, test my limits, see what I'm going to, you know, capable of helping you with. Yeah, you can think that I'm just another guy, but that's a negative way of thinking because I can think that you're just another viewer. There's nothing special about you, but I don't. Every one of you out there is special. And I know because I've been to your channels, you know, my supporters. I even subscribe to all of you guys whenever I can. And if I haven't, let me know. That's how supportive I am. I care about all of your guys' content, if you're a content producer or not. Feels good to have a subscriber. It means I'm with you. We shook hands virtually, right? So if you want to support my dream, please consider purchasing my book or watching my movie because I guarantee you're not going to forget it. It's unforgettable. And if you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. I said please consider, right? Well then please consider thumbing this video up and spreading it to as many people as you can because maybe somebody out there needs to hear this message more than you do. So you're supporting my small business by doing so. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with helping people in this new dream of mine. This is the benefits of dreaming, people. You can to achieve success. We're going to get into it, right? Now, money is not evil. Money is simply a means of survival. You need to understand this. The love of money is the root of all evil. I can agree with that. But you do need money to survive. That's just a fact. We live in a matrix of control. And so in order to support each other's dreams, this is the currency we have to use. However, consider that when you help to support somebody else, you are giving a piece of your heart to them. You're saying, you know what, my heart goes out to you. I want you to succeed. I want to help you change other people's lives. And you know what, I want to be a part of that. It's like owning stock, if you will. Well, you will be rewarded in the end, right? Once you sell that stock. Because people are going to be like, wow, you were there when so-and-so was in the beginning stages. How was that like? What was that like, you know? And it's interesting because it's not about becoming famous. It's about being part of that change that you chose to be a part of. You know, it's not a cult. It's because everything's a cult, right? If you look up the definition of cult, that means just a group of people. It's even in the word culture. You know, cultivating something, some group of people. That's all it means. It's nothing bad unless you guys are a group of people doing bad things. Achieving success is what matters here. So yes, money is, unfortunately in this world, the currency to get there. But even without money, if you just spread the word, that's actually in some ways more powerful than money because money or fame, right? Now fame not in a bad way because that's a greedy standpoint right there. Oh, I just want to become famous just to be famous because I just want people to give me attention. You know, like attention seeker, right? That's not what I'm about. So my dream has a lot to deal with spread the word, you know, the messages of all these videos and these live streams. And guess what? Guess who's going to help you spread your word? Myself. Because if I find your content interesting, I will tell others. I'll smack it up there on the community post, for example, like I have done for some people already. Give a shout out. It means a lot to people. And it means a lot to me as well. We're all human beings. We need some form of affection. So it's not always monetary. It's not always monetary. All right. So you need to be as carefree as when you were once a child. Now, it doesn't mean be a child again. because sometimes old people, they resort to becoming little children. They act like little children again. But, immature children, unfortunately, most of the time. But being a child again means, you remember that time when you were a little kid and you just wondered, like, second grade for me, I was staring off that window. You need that in life. Otherwise, what's the point of life? Paying bills and just dying, paying. But that's not, I always say it. If that's what you think life is all about, I feel really bad. I hope you come out of that quicksand. Because when you were little, no doubt you wondered what life was all about, what's going to happen in your future. Because they always ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? I had no idea. I think I said police officer once because I want to protect people. And then I said lawyer because I want to protect people in court because I didn't like innocent people going to jail. I wanted to become a defense attorney. 99% of the time, or 90-something% of the time, you're not going to be who you say you want to be when you're a little kid. You have no idea where life is going to put you. So let's just leave it at that, right? So you never know what you're going to become. And that's very important to be aware of. And, those pushy parents, those abusive parents who say, you need to become a doctor or a lawyer or an architect, otherwise I'm not going to. Those are immature parents. It's a form of abuse because you're pressuring your children or your child. And that's a no-go. They don't love you. If they're pushing you to be something that you don't want to be, or maybe you're not sure of, that's abuse, okay? Loving parents say, what do you want to be? I'm here for you no matter what. It's that last part that counts, right? Those 3 words, no matter what. And unfortunately, most people don't get that no matter what part. They get abusive parents, and they don't even know that they're being abused. They're being abused because they think their parents are, oh, that's how parents are. Parents. Let's just shrug it off and laugh it off. Well, believe it or not, they can be the cause of you not achieving your dreams, your parents. I know you're not supposed to blame anybody but yourself, but think about it. They're by your side from the start. If you don't have your parents' support or your support of your brother, your sister, then nobody cares because you can look to your friends and maybe they don't care either. You need to care. And, not everybody realizes that. You're too young for that, right? So as you grow up, you start to realize what this life is really about, and you're like, wait a minute. Can I achieve my dreams? So my dream, my future, right? Listen to your heart, follow your dreams, make it happen, form your own plan, right? Nobody else is going to form that plan for you. And who best to know yourself than you to know thyself, right? If you don't know thyself, you're never going to achieve your dreams. You need to know what you like in this life. You need to know what you want to pursue. It's not about throwing people under the bus in order to achieve it. It's about achieving it with honor. Right? So, some people don't have dignity. They don't. They don't have self-awareness. They think they're doing good things when they're actually doing bad things. Very destructive behavior, or antisocial behavior. They don't show them. They don't even support themselves because they don't know what they want. That's the most dangerous person in this life is someone who doesn't know what they want. Think about it. Criminals don't know what they want. I remember the movie The Warriors, where Cyrus, what did he say when he killed the kingpin of all the gangs? That guy who killed Cyrus. I think Cyrus was a leader. The one who says warriors come out to play. In the very end of the movie, they ask, why did you kill him? Because he was making a change. And he says, 'cause I just do things like that. See? Dude doesn't even know what he wants in life. He was desperate for attention. He shot the guy, and he thought he was cool. Nope. Every single gang went after him. And that's not just a movie. They're trying to tell you something through that movie. Because all the other gangs, they knew what they want. They wanted the unity. They wanted to take over the city. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but think about it. Even criminal organizations thrive today. That's why there's so much corruption, because we allow it to happen. But that's because they have a plan. So you need to form your own plan. You have to trust your thoughts and be very careful how you think, because if you're a negative thinker, you're not going to achieve your dreams. In fact, you don't even have a chance if you're a negative thinker. If you're a half glass full, then you're good to go. If you're a half glass empty thinker, then you're not going to achieve your dreams. And you'll never find your potential soulmate. Because with a mindset like that, forget it. Because you don't love yourself. Because knowing what you want in this life is loving yourself. You can't love somebody else if you can't even learn how to love yourself. That's why this stream is so important. The benefits of dreaming. Dreaming is everything in this life. It requires creativity. If you're not creative, you don't know how to think on your own, then what do you have to offer? Not just to others, but to yourself. So be very careful how you think. Positive energy, right? Emotions, energy and motion. That's your spirit. Here's a big lesson right here. Silence is weakness. All right, so you don't participate in chats. You don't participate in the comment section. You don't want to jump on live streams and say, hey, can I be a guest speaker? I have a lot to share with the world. Your silence is weakness. I hate to break it down to you. Consider it tough love if the shoe fits, right? Dreams require a voice. They require passion in order to succeed. So if you don't have passion, you'll never find your potential soulmate, and you'll never achieve your dreams, professionally or any other version of what your dreams comprised of. Passion, people. Your silence is, there's a energy, a negative energy in this world called evil, and there's a positive energy in this world called love. If you want to embrace the evil, be a little quiet person stuck in the corner, don't say anything, keep silent, and be a loser, because it's not an offense. That's not offensive. It's the truth. You're going to have a lot to lose. If you watch my stream, Don't Be a Loser, you'll understand what I'm saying. It's not an insult to call somebody a loser in this case. It means you have so much to lose by being quiet, because silence is weakness. That's one of my pet peeves. Speak up, right? Stand for something. Don't be a little weakling. And then, there's these stupid sayings out there like, a wise man is a man of few words. No, that's a stupid man. In fact, that's not even a man at all. That's a coward. You know why they have such few words? Because they have nothing to offer the world. Oh, but he says such wise words. No. Somebody who's passionate and who is really energetic has something to offer the world. Not some Joe Schmo who barely says anything. No, there's no such thing as playing it cool. You're not cool if you have little to say. If you ignore problems, you're not cool at all. In fact, you're a coward, a weak coward. So be part of the solution, not part of the problems of the world. We already have enough problems. So silence is weakness, people. Very important. So, adults forget to dream because misery is not reality and suffering is not reality. You have the power. End of story. Your reality is what you make of it, especially if you listen to your own destiny. If you miss the signs, because there are signs in life like, hey, I think this is the right path. Like I said, if you're a silent little weakling and you miss the signs, then it's your fault. You did not fulfill your own destiny. And now you're going to meet a different fate. And unfortunately, it's going to be a sad fate, a dark fate, most of the time. Because life is trying to give you the gifts necessary in order to proceed with your dreams. But if you become some out of control, angry person, always angry out of, especially these alcoholics out there who don't want to admit they're alcoholics, drug pushers, they can't even think correctly. So they don't even know where they are most of the time. They just do just to do. And that's just a miserable life. That's their own misery. That's their own suffering. Don't be one of these people. There's nothing cool about it. Just like when you're in school, they taught you that it's not cool to smoke. They had those cigarette posters that are full of cancerous images and stuff. That's true. That's what's going to happen. Some people even, they lose their windpipes over smoking. They can't speak anymore. Oh, that's so cool to smoke now, right? No. So, it's not cool to stay quiet. Always express yourself. You never know what it could lead to. So, if the shoe fits, this is my advice. Find your own best shoes to live in. If you're wearing, be unique, right? Change for the better. If you're wearing some negative shoes right now, take them off. Change your shoes. Nobody's going to be able to take them off for you. I can only give you advice, right? I can encourage you to change for the better, but if you don't want to change for the better, nothing's going to happen. Guess what? No matter the psychologist, the therapist, the life coach like myself, we give you the advice, but if you don't take it, now you have to suffer your own consequences. We're here because life is putting us here for you. Right now, right here. If you're listening to this stream, it doesn't have to be live. You're listening to this right now, even years after this stream. You were meant to listen to this. That's how life works. So take it or leave it. You have everything to gain and a lot to lose if you don't take this advice. Oh, but it's cliche. I've heard it all before. Then how come you didn't make the necessary changes? How come you didn't do it yet? Oh, I tried, but then I failed, and excuses, right? No excuses when it comes to following your dreams, people. You don't give up on yourself. Change for the better. It's a daily task. If you don't make the effort, like I said, it's your responsibility. Living your dream requires discipline and positivity, as we already said. Achieving the impossible. An unlimited mindset. Think about it. Unlimited. You're the only one who can limit your mindset, right? And say, no, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it, right? That negative self-talk. Well, let me tell you something. Newsflash. That negative self-talk is going to be your end. Falling on your own sword before you can even go to the battle. And that's just a sad story that happens to, I believe, the majority of people in this life. Think about it. When somebody is happy, they'll jump up and down with joy. They can't stop talking about their happiness, like myself. They want to share it with the world. They want to make positive changes. They're not noisy, loud people, They have a lot to say. Unfortunately, these days, there's a lot of miserable people who have a lot to say in negative words. Like crabs in a basket. They want to bring you down. They don't want you to succeed. And they expose themselves by being angry, out of control. They want to get you to get out of control and make you look like the bad guy, right? In fact, that's what trolls do online. Their mission is to make you look bad. And then all the ignorant people that look at it, they're going to be like, oh, he does look bad. And I'm going to be like, oh, but I know the truth about what happened. And I am innocent. But if those who don't want to go over the facts, right, that's your problem. So you got to be your own lawyer in this world. You got to defend yourself. Don't be afraid to get your fingers dirty, your hands dirty. Defend yourself when necessary. Use curse words. It doesn't matter. Because in the end, it's just words, right? Do whatever it takes to achieve your dreams, but with honor, right? I mean, if you have to bump some heads along the way, the ones who want to try to bring you down, the crabs in a basket, do it. Don't be scared. There's no formality when it comes to defending yourself. I'll be the first one to say that. I'm a warrior. Don't mess with me, because I will defend myself. That's the attitude you need to have. Okay? Because it is worth your time. You can't ignore negativity. You have to squash it. And I'll always tell you that. All right. So, a winner is a dreamer who never gives up. 100% true. When you give up, you end the streak. You end the possibilities. What a horrible way to not reach a goal is because you chose to give up when you didn't have to. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have to switch gears, if you have to change lanes, do it. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, doctors, lawyers, architects, 6-figure income winners. All of a sudden they change and they're like 1,000 something a year winners, like extreme poverty, right? Maybe in the beginning, but they change careers, right? So that's not giving up. You must learn that there's a big line, there's a big thick line between giving up and changing course. Like I have done. I graduated from college. The economy was bad. I joined the Army because the Air Force wasn't hiring. After the Army, I did some contracting. I said, you know what? My life is still in jeopardy in this job, even though it's a 6-figure income. I want to do something that is going to be changing, life changing, right? So I listened to my heart and I followed my dream, and here I am. And I couldn't be happier. So it's not about the six figures, and it's not giving up. If you have to change professions, change professions. Only you can do that, by the way. Make that decision. So winners are dreamers. You have to take a risk. Test your true potential. Fight for your dreams. Don't be afraid. That's what fear is. That's what evil is. Evil is fear, and being afraid is giving in to fear. It's that simple. Is it cliche? No. No, because you have to realize these things. You have to think about these things. All right, let's go ahead and move on here. All right, so let's see what the world has to say. Just basic advice online. Very, very short, by the way. Couple of slides, very short. Most personal success in life is achieved only when the person refuses to give up despite experiencing failures, losses, or difficulties. So there's the never give up mentality. Remember that success is not only about perseverance, but also about accomplishment. Yes. Realizing your dreams requires consistent effort. There you go. Just like losing weight, building muscle. You're not going to become Arnold Schwarzenegger overnight, because he's a steroid taker, by the way. And you're not going to build Rome overnight either, right? So, consistent effort equates to success, accomplishments, right? Stages of success. And that's why I say it's not love at first sight, it's attraction at first sight, and you have to build the relationship to different stages. Love, then true love, then soulmates. Success is rarely a single event. It often involves many small events, setbacks, perhaps, and sometimes temporary defeats. Maybe. You don't have to see it as defeat. There's a saying, one step backward, two steps forward. So I don't know who said it, but it makes sense. If you have to take a step back, make sure you compensate for that step back by taking two steps forward. What that means is you have to make up for that step backwards and then continue to proceed as quickly as possible, just in case another step backward happens. At least you're still one step forward on schedule. I hope you guys understand that. It is possible to win, achieve your goals, realize your dreams, and reach your potential. Because if you see this as cliche, yeah, right, yeah, they say that, but that never comes, well, then that's the reason why you're failing. Because you think it's cliche. No, it's the truth, right? Just like the words, I love you. If you really mean the words, then that's not cliche, right? You really mean it. Oh, anybody can say I love you. Yeah, but who means it? Get it? Everyone has moments when they feel like giving up. Times when all the effort seems pointless and the odds seem insurmountable. Yeah, if you give into depression, that's your fault if you're an adult. Take responsibility for yourself. Don't blame others. Maybe others might be the cause, but ultimately it's your responsibility to not fall into depression or anger. And if you do, get out of it as soon as possible, because that's what people want, crabs in a basket. But if you give up, you'll never reach your goals. You'll never see your dreams become a reality. So here's the 8 reasons, to never give up on your dreams. It's just really quick. I'm not going to read them, but your dreams are worth fighting for. You are capable of achieving your dreams. Pursuing your dreams will make you happy. You will inspire others by pursuing your dreams. I like that. Because your dream, there's this channel that I can give a shout out to him. I'll put it in the description. I'll actually shout out his channel. He's into trains, mechanical trains. I like that he's having so much fun filming his trains. I'm not even into trains. I got into trains because I've seen one in Frankfurt, the museum. This little model train, and I thought it was cool. Even, what's that young show that we used to watch? He's an ex-Marine. It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Mr. Rogers, I believe. Anyways, so, the trains in the beginning, the mechanical trains and stuff. So anyways, so it's like, I like to see other people achieve their happiness, and like, you don't have to be into what they're into. I'm just happy that they're happy. Got it? So you inspire others to pursue their own dreams. I would summarize that middle one better by saying you help others inspire to do their own dream. Giving up on your dreams is not an option. It shouldn't be. Otherwise, you're dead. You're the walking dead. You are stronger than you think. That's very true. You don't know how stronger you are unless you push it. Now, don't push the limits in an unhealthy fashion. You should always have control over everything you do. Everything depends, right? But that's the positive mindset, is you are stronger than you think. That is true. Most people, they don't push themselves in a healthy fashion in order to achieve their dreams. You are not alone. There you go. I'm right here. Where are you at? That's what I ask people. Where are you? Are you to my left and right? Because if you're not, because in the army, we call you a battle buddy. You're to my left and right. Who has your back? Do I have your back? I don't know. Let's find out. You never know how close you are to success. Exactly. Anything can happen any day of your life for the better. But if you're not a visionary, if you're not optimistic, if you're not confident, then you're not generating that positive energy in order to self-manifest, right? I do believe in manifestation, but it has to be, you have to really, the power of hope, not prayer. Prayer is asking something else to do it for you. No, you are the action. That's the fact. That's been proven that when you build up a strong level of hope and energy of hope and positivity, then things will come to you. This is what people call karma, good karma and bad karma. Guess what? The bad karma happens to generally bad people, and good karma happens generally to good people are those who know how to wait for good things to happen. Good things come to those who are patient. Now, this isn't to say that evil can't happen to good people. That just means evil got in the way. There is no explanation for that. That's evil being evil, because that's what evil does. That's being unfortunate. Your life has nothing to do with that. That can happen to anybody. Anybody can become suddenly a victim. That's not meant to be, by the way. So that's the only part that can go wrong. If suddenly something happens, well, you got to fight it, right? So to each their own. Everybody has their own destiny to follow, and hopefully not a dark fate to suffer from. I hope you guys really enjoyed this stream. This stream is all about you making changes necessary in order to be what you've always dreamed to be. So I hope I've inspired you, because the word inspire means, I believe, the breath of life, inspirare, from Latin, I believe, to the breath of life. So I hope I actually have given you that second wind feeling, right? Where you can go the distance and achieve your own dreams, or at least start. Because if you don't start now, you'll never start. It's just like the battle against losing weight or building muscle. If you don't start now, then when? Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the first of the month. Don't wait for next year. The time is now.